Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from friends at the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Thursday at noon, 3 and 6 p.m. and again is re-aired throughout the weekend with the other weekday broadcast replays. Today is May 17th, 2018. And now the news at noon.
According to the Durango Herald, with a photo courtesy of Rodney Gillum, the building housing M&R Durango Insectary near the Durango-La Plata County Airport was destroyed Wednesday in a fire. Several people were in the building when the fire ignited shortly after 11 a.m., and everyone was able to leave without injury, said Brad Egger, Division Chief and Fire Marshal for the Los Pinos Fire Protection District. Egger did not know how many people were in the business when the fire started. 22 firefighters responded around 11:10 a.m. and 9 firefighters remained on scene as of 6 p.m. when firefighters were mopping up hot spots in the building and in the adjacent grass fire, Egger said. Egger expected a firefighter to stay on scene overnight to watch for any flare-ups. According to the Durango Herald Archives, M&R produces Nolobate, a proprietary mixture of a naturally occurring spore, the Nosema locustae, that controls grasshoppers. Egger said no chemicals in the two-story building served as an accelerant. Egger estimated the building was about 30 feet by 40 feet in size. The fire is under investigation and no cause has been determined, Egger said. The building blaze also ignited a small grass fire of less than an acre, he said. Besides the Los Pinos, the lead fire agency, other responding departments were the Durango Fire Protection District, Upper Pine River Fire Protection District, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs Wildland Fire Interface. The building is almost due east of the airport runway and about a half-mile south of Colorado Highway 172. 3 engines, 4 tankers, 3 command vehicles, and 1 brush truck responded.
From the Journal, photo credit Jerry McBride. With Lake Nighthorse now open to the public, many people discovering the new waterway in Durango want to know, is it okay to eat the fish? The simple answer is yes, but a deeper look into the question proves it's not a black and white issue, with many factors such as what species of fish, what size, and how often you eat them muddying the waters. I know there are concerns about mercury in these reservoirs, said Jim White, an aquatic biologist with Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and I think it's important people are informed about what they are eating. About 20% of Colorado lakes and reservoirs that have been tested contain mercury, and in southwest Colorado, nearly all of the waterways have fish consumption advisories as a result of high levels of mercury found in fish. Mercury is a highly toxic element found naturally in the environment, and in Colorado, it's the most prevalent contaminant to fish, that according to Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. How mercury pollutes waterways is varied, from natural events such as forest fires and volcanic activity to human-caused sources such as coal-fired power plants, gold mining, and chemical manufacturing. Once mercury enters a lake, it works its way up the food chain. First, it infuses with plants and aquatic life like plankton and crayfish, which are then consumed by small fish, which are then eaten by even larger predatory fish. Older, larger predatory fish, through this process of bioaccumulation, pose the greatest risk to human health if consumed. These same fish may be safe to eat when they are younger and smaller. People who eat fish with high levels of mercury may have issues with developmental nervous systems. Children and pregnant women are especially at risk. The Colorado Department of Health and Environmental issues consumption advisories if levels of mercury from a sample of 10 fish exceeds a concentration level of 0.3 parts per million. Guidelines for eating fish, which can be found on the department's website, hold recommendations for different types of fish and how many times to eat them. At Vallecito Lake, for instance, consumption advisories are placed on northern pike and walleye fish. Women who are pregnant, nursing, or plan on being pregnant are advised not to eat any walleye. Children 6 or younger are recommended to eat only 1 meal of northern pike a month. At Lake Nighthorse, however, it's somewhat of a different story. Rainbow trout and kokanee salmon from Lake Nighthorse, tested at 2012 to 2013, had an average level of mercury of 0.1 ppm, well below the state standard, said Christy Richardson, a toxicologist for CDPHE. More concerning, though, is that samples from 10 rainbow trout taken in 2015 showed mercury levels increased to 0.2 ppm, a sign that fish at Lake Nighthorse may be bioaccumulating mercury. The Federal Drug Administration in 2012, for reference, found the average level of mercury in canned tuna was 0.35 ppm. It's possible we're seeing that accumulation, Richardson said. Eventually, if mercury levels were high enough, we'd issue that site-specific advisory.
According to the Durango Herald, La Plata Electric Association said Wednesday there is no evidence members' addresses were improperly shared during the recent campaign, repeating a statement it has made since Saturday's election. Candidates were provided addresses to send out mailers during the campaign, but the information cannot be shared or used for other purposes, LPEA's attorney Shay Denning said. LPEA staff confirmed that each of the candidates destroyed the mailing lists that they were provided, Denning said. Some LPEA members alleged candidates gave information to a third party so they could send out mailers. At the co-op's annual meeting Saturday, some members questioned whether the addresses were improperly shared. The same concerns were raised Wednesday during an LPEA Board of Directors meeting. If an organization used the mailing list following the election, that would likely be a violation of the co-op's policy and non-disclosure agreements that the candidates signed, Denning said. In a letter to the membership posted on the co-op's website, LPEA CEO Mike Dryspring said that if a breach of the policy was discovered, LPEA will take appropriate steps to enforce the terms of the non-disclosure agreement and ensure that its members' information is protected.
From the Journal, photo credits Emily Rice. After hearing from citizens and Montezuma County Sheriff Steve Nallon, the Dolores School Board approved a contractor for a school-based health clinic. The motion was made by District RE4A Board President Dee Prock to approve Weminucci Construction Authority. The motion passed 4-1 with Board Treasurer Casey McClellan voting against it. The clinic has been a point of contention for board members and Dolores citizens since the district received a $25,000 planning grant from the Colorado Department of Health to design a clinic in March of 2017. At the May 10th meeting, Nallon presented the findings of his investigation, stating, "We only deal with facts and not opinions, so this will be a summary of what was found in that complaint." Nallon reported that an unidentified citizen had claimed that Superintendent Scott Cooper had incorrectly estimated the district's required number of students qualifying for free and reduced lunches, a stipulation required by the grant. Sarah Gioni, Director of Grant Operations of the Colorado Health Foundation, told the investigator that the foundation did not require Dolores School to have 50% of their students to be eligible for free and reduced school lunches, Nallon read from the report. She said 41% was acceptable to them and was really only part of the evidence they used to determine eligibility for this grant. Nallon added that Gioni also noted that students in surrounding areas who do not attend Dolores schools could use the clinic, making the percentage higher than estimated, so there was no crime or misrepresentation, Nallon said. According to the incident report obtained by the Journal, the reporting citizen was concerned that if the numbers were incorrect, Dolores schools could be responsible for paying back the $480,000 grant from the Colorado Health Foundation. The Sheriff's Office investigator on the case spoke with Amy Latham and Gioni of the Colorado Health Foundation by telephone March 20th, according to the report. The number in question, 50% of students qualifying for free or reduced lunch program requirement, was set forth by Dolores schools and not the Colorado Health Foundation, Gioni said. Nallon also said the investigator left messages with Cooper's secretary that were not returned. The investigator reached Cooper on his cell phone on April 12th, and Cooper said he would consult with the school lawyer. In response to Nallon's statement, McClellan said, "Sheriff, I have more information that you obviously do not have, and while we have you and while we have the attorney for the board here, I think we should go into executive session to speak about this and resolve it once and for all." McClellan moved to move the board into executive session, amending his motion to include Cooper, the board's attorney, Nallon, and District Attorney Will First. When the board reached the approval of the clinic, Prock acknowledged the public's fiscal concerns, but said she had come to understand the need. Under signed contracts, the district would owe an estimated $71,000 to pay the architect and owner's rep if they had rejected the contractor. If they accept the bid from Weminucci Construction Authority, the bottom line is going to be $89,405, a financial director Doreen Jones said. A few citizens addressed the board, stating that Southwest Health Systems planned to build a health clinic in Dolores, and for this reason, the school-based health clinic was unnecessary. But Board Secretary Deanna Cholson said she had contacted Southwest Health and requested a projected date and that the project had been put on hold. The vote to approve Weminucci as contractor was taken after a flurry of public comments.
Reported by the Durango Herald with a photo by Claudia Laws with the Durango Herald. Blue was the new orange Tuesday at the La Plata County Jail as 3 inmates sporting blue caps and gowns with yellow tassels received their general education development diplomas. The 3 received their diplomas after lunch, and an appreciative group of inmates applauded and hooted when the 3 graduates honored tradition and moved their tassels from the right to the left on their caps. A streamed version of Pomp and Circumstance provided musical accompaniment. Lieutenant Gary Bordeaux, who coordinates volunteer programs at the jail, said the GED program is valuable for people trying to alter their direction of life. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The National Weather Map shows that these slow-moving, low-pressure systems continue to churn out rain and thunderstorms in the northwest, across down through the Central Plains and into Texas, while missing the southwest United States, which is so severely in need of the moisture. The prediction is the same for the eastern half of the country, from Florida through to the mid-Atlantic and lower New England. Regionally, we are in a red flag warning till 9 p.m. tonight, as the winds from the southwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour may provide gusts up to 35. Our relative humidity is drastically low at just 6 to 11%, such that the impacts could be that existing fires and new fire starts may be difficult or impossible to control due to extreme rates of spread. So again, outdoor burning is strongly discouraged, and locally we are in a fire ban restriction on public lands already. So the forecast regionally is that winds will increase today as the surface pressure gradient tightens ahead of an area of low pressure. Expect mostly sunny skies, gusty winds, and warm temperatures for today across most of the Four Corners area. The chance for afternoon and evening thunderstorms will increase Friday through next Tuesday as two Pacific storms affect much of the western U.S. The local DCTV 5-day outlook: today sunny with a high near 74, breezy with a southeast wind 10 to 15 miles an hour becoming south-southwest 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 30 miles an hour. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 44, breezy with a southwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour becoming south-southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour in the evening. Friday sunny with a high near 72, northeast winds 5 to 15 miles an hour becoming southwest in the afternoon. Friday night partly cloudy with a low around 43, west-southwest winds 5 to 15 becoming north after midnight. And Saturday, a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 72, north winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming west in the morning. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 45. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 75 degrees. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low around 47. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 77. Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 47. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 78. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 46. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Dove Creek Press with photo courtesy Danella Fury. Dove Creek's golfer Kiara Lingenfelter turned in the top performance for the Dolores High School girls golf team at the Class 3A Region 4 tournament on Rifle on May 8th. Throughout the season, the Dolores team has turned in solid performances, and the regional tournament in Rifle was no exception. Kiara, scoring 99, was the 7th individual qualifier, tying for 12th place overall. Dimery Plew, who scored a 101, was the 9th individual qualifier and placed 15th overall. Kylie Case was only one stroke behind the final individual state qualifier with her score of 109. She placed 23rd overall. Collie Partington scored a 125 and tied for 34th overall. The team performed well under the instruction of head coach Monica Plew, placing 6th out of the 12 teams competing. For the second consecutive year, Kiara has golfed with the Dolores High School girls golf team, and this will be the second year she will compete at the Class 3A state tournament. Due to a knee injury, Dimery was unable to compete last season, but she has excelled in this season's tournaments. Kiara and Dimery will compete in the Class 3A state tournament at Elmwood Golf Club in Pueblo on May 21st to 22nd.
From the Durango Herald, the Sri Chinmoy Won This Home Peace Run ran through Pagosa Springs and Durango on Wednesday and should be sighted today, Thursday, heading through Dove Creek on its way to Bluff. Its purpose is to promote world peace and harmony. The team of relay runners visited southwest Colorado as part of its 11,000-mile loop through the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Team members ran 76 miles from Pagosa Springs to Hesperus on Wednesday. Runners complete the distance relay style. Each runner will run about 10 miles, and then another runner will take over, said Harita Davies, who has done the run for 20 years. Most of the route is completed on foot, but some segments are driven, such as the stretch from Oklahoma City to Santa Fe, New Mexico. As a part of the initiative to spread peace, the runners meet with various community groups, local officials, and schools. On their way to Hesperus, the runners gave a presentation to students at Animas Valley Elementary. Durango Mayor Sweetie Marbury spoke at the beginning of the school-wide assembly. Peace begins by friendship, Marbury told the students. She then encouraged students to shake hands with the classmates sitting next to them. Students then participated in various activities involving peace and understanding, including singing songs, learning about countries around the world from which the runners originate, and holding the peace torch that the runners carry. The torch is usually lit while the runners are completing their route, but today it's not so because La Plata County and Montezuma and Dolores have a fire ban in effect. A quote by Peace Run founder Sri Chinmoy, who was born 1931, died 2007, that was shared with the students reflects the message the runners would like to spread along their route. Peace does not mean the absence of war. Peace means the presence of harmony, love, satisfaction, and oneness. Peace means a flood of love in the world family. The message is that peace starts in each of us, Davies said. Even when there are bad things happening in the world, the runners want to inspire people to not give up hope. She said if people think about the things they care about, the things they disagree about become insignificant. Davies has been involved with the Peace Run for 20 years, starting at the New Zealand Peace Run in her home country. She has been participating since 2012. She says she enjoys meeting people throughout the country and bringing the message of peace since the U.S. is such a significant country in world affairs.
Reported by the Durango Herald with photo by Jerry McBride with the Herald. Plans to house the homeless with miniature homes in Durango are taking shape. Community Compassion Outreach, a Durango group, will present updated design plans for the homes Saturday and outline how community members can help fund a village for the homeless residents, Executive Director Donna Mae Bocat said. The village model to address homelessness has been replicated in Denver, Portland, Oregon, Newfield, Newport, Olympia, Washington, and other cities. The Durango Village could feature 256 square foot homes with running water and sewer that could be built for less than $20,000 per unit. The 2-bedroom homes would be heated with propane and share buried water and sewer lines, Bocat said. The miniature homes offer a far more affordable option than other forms of housing for homeless residents, said Stuart Olson, founder of Humanitarian House International. He sees the design as a rational approach to the pressing problem of housing homeless residents. Olson designed lightweight shelters to temporarily house people after disasters in equatorial climates, and he worked with Fort Lewis College students this semester to redesign the homes for Durango's colder climate. In the process, the homes were redesigned to be more permanent structures. The original homes were framed with PVC piping, but the 16 engineering students who tested the structure found the PVC had problems, said FLC Professor Don May. The PVC could not handle heavy snow loads, and it could break down over time with exposure to ultraviolet light, he said. The project proved to be a challenge for students because the vision for the project shifted during the semester. They also had to deal with unknowns such as economics and public opinion.
From the Dove Creek Chamber of Commerce, courtesy graphic. It's May, the merry month of May, and if the winds would just quit it and we could catch some more rain, it'd be nice. The big weekend that kicks off the summer season is just around the corner, the last weekend of May, which is set aside as a federal holiday to celebrate Memorial Day or Decoration Day to remember the people who died while serving in our country's armed forces. But did you also know that May 4th is Firefighters Day, May 15th is Peace Officers Day, and the week of May 20th through the 27th is EMS Week? It's a whole month of memorials for all those who work hard to serve our community and nation and at times give their lives for our safety. Along with our military service members, these groups of dedicated individuals also run in towards the difficult situations to keep our residents safe. To celebrate, in coordination with the unveiling of a Welcome to Dove Creek banner for the Tour of Honor motorcycle event making their stop at the VFW Memorial Post 5181, the Dove Creek Chamber is collaborating on a community barbecue and thank you party for our very own first responders. The event will open with memorial remarks and offer an opportunity for the community to break bread together for lunch with encouraged donations raised for our first responders. The Chamber Welcome banner will be displayed at the VFW for the duration of the Tour of Honor event, which runs through October. Visitors who make the stop at the VFW will be able to view the logos of our local Chamber supporters and pick up a postcard showing a map to help with locating our member businesses. As most of the participants are veterans or families of veterans, we'd like to show them how much their service is appreciated. If you'd like to help with donating a side dish, help with the cleanup, or want to join the Chamber, please contact the Dove Creek Chamber of Commerce at 970-560-2856. They look forward to the community coming out to remember those who are of service to our nation as a whole and our community locally. Support your first responders as we grow the future together.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of May 7th through the 13th. Sheriff's deputy performed building checks throughout the week. Report of customer harassing patron at a local business. County resident reported juveniles riding motorcycles on a county road. Local resident reported a dispute between individuals at their residence. A suspicious person was reported in town, and an officer investigated and found out that everything was okay. That concludes today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings. May 22nd will be Bingo and Soup Supper at the Dolores Community Center, hosted by the Rotary Club of Dolores. Join them for a soup supper, bingo, and live auctions at the Dolores Community Center. This month, they are supporting the Dolores Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Doors open just before 6 p.m. Dinner is going between 6 and 6:30, and bingo begins sharply at 7. And they want to say thank you for helping support the local organizations who support you, your friends, and your neighbors. Up in Telluride, May 17th, there's a Spanish happy hour at Esperanza's Tequilas at 5 p.m. Come practice your Spanish with Jill and Gloria from WPL and other Spanish speakers from the community. Have a margarita while you're at it. The library will provide the appetizers, and the margaritas are on special. All levels are welcome, and the event will repeat on June 21st and each third Thursday thereafter throughout the end of the year. Saturday, May 19th from 6 to 9 p.m., it's Sean Farley's Southwest Tour at the Mancus Brewing Company. He says, I'm a musician and guitar maker from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and fortunate enough to travel for the month of May throughout the beautiful areas of New Mexico, Arizona, and Colorado to play some music. Every year, I close my guitar making and repair business, which is guitarlays.com, to bring a few of the guitars I've made on the road as I drive around performing music throughout the beautiful mountains and deserts. I've written some tunes of my own based on life experiences and travel, and enjoy interpreting some of my personal favorite songs. And all of these happenings are posted up on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call the station. It's 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday, and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. on each of those days. The weekday news shows are then replayed throughout the weekend as well.
And be sure to check us out on social media. Our Facebook page is DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.